course, this is the first iteration of libraries. We're super open to feedback, what you all think about it. I think even this first version is like super powerful. And let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you all see my screen, right?
Yes.
So awesome. So to start, we basically added a few library for everybody, just kind of like understanding, how to use it. So you go into My Files, and that's where your libraries will be. And so you can see here, there is a little icon, there's a little eye. And what you can do there, you can actually decide which libraries are enabled into your left panel to use to, when you create a new file. So I'll show that in a second. But basically here, we created, there's a Chalician library that we made for you. There is a marketing component library, which is really cool with things like, feature sections and heroes and footers, like all the things you might need to build like a really pretty landing page, like really quickly. And then the other thing we have is the mobile library. So those are things like, widgets and keyboards and sort of like iOS component, but the reason why we call it mobile library is because, you can use it on web. And of course, if you're designing a React app that's using like a mobile kind of like design, of course, you can use that. Lucas, is there any way you can mute somebody's microphone? Because I keep hearing a crazy sound.
Let me mute some.
I don't know. Okay.
Hold on, let me see.
Awesome. And so I think now I'm going to show you how to use this. So when you start a new file, let me go back into my file here, home, new file. So your libraries are going to be here, right? So basically you can, of course, creating like you did before, from the plus pattern, double clicking. One other thing we add, you might have seen it, is now you can multi-select components at the same time. You can just drag at the same time. You couldn't do this before. It was also kind of like a big feature or like a big kind of update, but compared to the library, it was so small that I didn't even mention it in the tweet. But now you can also multi-select. You can turn into a grid. You can pan around the canvas. So we kind of make the canvas a little nicer to use. But here, library, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to use the mobile library. You can see here we have things like, just drag and drop, right?
Pietro,
so that's that's.
Sorry for interrupting you. You stopped sharing your screen.
Oh, weird. Let me do it again. It just crashed for some reason.
There we go.
Okay, do you see my screen again?
Yep.
Awesome. And so what I was gonna say, you can just like drag. Oh, I think there's you pass this preview to save your resources. I never seen that. Do you see it now?
Yeah, we see it.
Oh, okay. Is it good? Because I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, we see it. I see it. Can anyone else confirm?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, is everything good?
Okay, awesome. So you can see here, I'm like sharing, I'm like add this component, I can add another one and another one, literally as many as you want, right? But what I'm gonna do now here, I have like, for example, I have like a carousel, and then the other thing I wanna see, I wanna find some like tab bar, right? And so literally now to design, once you create that component, what you can do is like, hey, make or like a feed page or my iOS app or mobile app, whatever you want to call it, using the carousel feed post and the icon navigation bar. So the cool thing here, you can see, you don't even have to tell the AI where to put a component, what to do it, because there's so much context into that code that the AI is like basically like smart enough to understand that, right? And so now I want to show you, meanwhile, that's get created. And by the way, this will be much faster because the AI doesn't rewrite the code. It's just like connecting the pieces together. But you can see here in a second, you're going to pop. You're going to see like basically the component popping here. But let's say I want to create a component from scratch, right? One of the things we actually did too, now it's way easier to generate things from images, right? So I want to show you. So I'm going to open here. I'm going to use my... what's going on? I think Discord is like really heavy on resources. Didn't crash, right?
No, we're still live.
Okay, cool. So let's say I have like this post, right? This is
now it crashed.
Yeah, I think like.
Yeah.
Let me close some apps. It's crazy how intensive. I mean, I have like an M3 Pro, and this code is just like so intensive. Let me just close a bunch of apps here. Maybe that helps. Okay. We try it again. Sorry about that, everyone. We're gonna make it through. Okay, so actually, before I show you that, so before, see, he has created this component here and he put it together. Like, how amazing is that? I mean, this is literally, I know I've been stressing this. I promise this doesn't come because I'm the CEO of this company. This is my dream. Like, I wanted this, right? So now it's like, this is together. So now I have a feed here, but I use the component that I created before, which is really cool. So what I was going to show you is like, okay, how can we create a new component for the library, right? Of course, I can do what I do before, but also we improve the image recognitions. So let's say I go here, MagicPath, demo app. And so let's say I have a post component here, right? And I want to make that. So I take that and I'm going to say, make this. So I'm going to do that. And what we're going to do now is going to stream the component. We also made the generation way, way faster. So I want to show you another. So that's going to, see, it's already like going into generation. And also I'm going to create something that it's, let's see, I'm going to make a navigation bar, a minimal navigation bar for my website and responsive, right? So I'm going to do that. So see here, it's making the post in real time, but look how fast it is. And it's literally the image that you gave. So now, like we're going to add the Figma integration pretty soon, which I'm very excited. I mean, you can go from Figma to this. It's not quite ready yet, but for now, what you can do, you can use images. And it's literally perfect. It's crazy. So you can do that too if you want, right? So here he's making, yeah. So here you can see he's making the navigation bar. And so what I'm going to do now after this is done, I'm going to send this component to a library and I'm going to call it Discord library so you can see how that works. Okay, so this is done, right? Which is literally the picture, right? Wow. So add to library, create new library. If you already have a library you created, it will come up there. But I'm going to be like Discord demo. I'm going to do that. So boom. So you can see here, low success fee. And so here, see, our beautiful minimal navigation bar that I asked for responsive. How cool is that, right? So now when I build a landing page, of course, now I can go here and I can say, well, I want this to be red or, whatever color I want, right? Or I want to like change the text size here. Or I want to change the font to something else. Or I want to change like the text to be maybe bigger, whatever, right? You can make any changes you want to that component, right? And then once again, you can just say, Discord demo, boom. So now when I go back into my files and I go my files, library, here, see, I have Discord demo, which is already pre-defaulted for you. One thing I want to do, I'm going to hide the other one. And I go back into my file here, the one that we were just creating together. Oh, sorry, this is actually the library, which makes sense because that's the last file we created. So when I go here now, see, Discord demo, I can just pop that component, right? And so the way we build that is that this now can be used for anything. So I can say, make a homepage feed using, boom, using like this, what's it called? Social media, Discord current, and wait, what's that called? Social media postcard and navbar, right? Because we just make that too. What is that one called? Minimal navbar. Okay. Minimal responsive navbar. And so now we're going to build an home page like that. Like, how crazy is this, right? So you can imagine if you're designers that work with a team of engineers or if it works with PMs, now you can actually finally build your component library that it's like interactive and responsive and like beautiful. And then, you can just like basically either quickly build your prototype because all the things that you can imagine AI doing, like if you want to build like you're working on a new interface, you're working on a feature that you're building for your company, you can now use your brand and your component, which is really cool. And of course, everything is going to be like, reactive and responsive. So you can see here. So another important part, and this is actually what I'm really excited about. We made it so that when you create a component, the data is separated from what you see. So you can see here, I say make a feed using this component. It changed the text, right? Because that makes sense. Like it is really working as a designer, right? Like it's not just using home about a contact. It actually changed the text to say home explore notification, and even had the button to post, which is really sick, right? And so now you can see here I have the feed.
Wow.
Like look how pretty is that. So we also improved the quality of the generation. So you can see like this is beautiful, right? And it even had the little like a blur effect on the navigation bar, which is crazy. But when you go back into your code, those are literally the component that you were using. How crazy is that, right? Anyways, I think let me think there's something else. So I'll show and then you can also create a library from any file. So let's say, I don't know, for some reason, let's say I want to turn this into a library, right? You can either do it from here, so you can say turn into a library, or you can do it from the main component view. So if I was here, you can do a turn into a library. So when you go into libraries, that is also there, basically. It's like value sign-in card. So very quickly, you can turn already existing projects into library for you and your team to use, because then when you share a library, that's just a regular file. But when you share it with somebody, it goes into their library section instead of the, I would say, regular file section, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'll stop there. By the way, this was made in 30 seconds, which is crazy.
Amazing. Yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Pietro, for sharing. Does anyone in the community have any specific questions that they want to ask Pietro?
I love this. It's so funny. Yeah, we needed that too.
Yeah, so does anyone have any questions? I do have a question. Like now that we have these libraries inside of MagicPath, what are like potential opportunities for creators maybe to create like different component libraries or different templates that other people can use? Like what's your outlook on that?
So first of all, we are gonna partner with Contra, the design company, pretty soon to do an hackathon with a big prize this time. I'm thinking $10,000 to $15,000. So you should definitely take part of that. And it's gonna be revolved around libraries. So it's gonna be like, okay, we can build the best library. The second thing is that if you're now a designer or somebody that is like a design engineer, if you think about it, every time somebody will go and find a component somewhere, you have all those different places, right? You have like CN, you have like library, websites, whatever. But now we finally have basically a dedicated place for designers where they can build this like front-end component very quickly and easily. And so I think I really believe this feature is going to explode. And I think if you trust MagicPath and say, okay, I'm going to build on MagicPath from now on, I think that's going to be good for your career as well, because I think this will become the tool that everybody's going to use pretty soon in companies. And so for you to say I'm already kind of proficient in MagicPath, I think is going to be like a pretty big thing. The other thing, it makes it very easy for you when you meet a client. And if you're doing some work, it's like, I'm building this design. It's much easier to share your ideas with a client now, because, even before you start building everything, you can say, hey, here's the library I'm thinking about using. Like, what do you think? Is this your style? So, it also allows you to communicate with your clients much faster. And then eventually the goal, if this goes as well as I think it will go, we will open the marketplace. So you can sell your libraries on MagicPath.
Yeah.
Exciting too. And so I will really push you guys to do that, because it's going to be good.
Yeah, and everyone here, they're very early in this journey that we're creating in MagicPath. So like Pietro said, not only can you use it for client work, but you can also create like new types of businesses, because we are eventually thinking about a marketplace to sell your creations that you've made in MagicPath. So yeah, someone here said, in Pietro's demo, he generated this feed and I literally pulled in my name and headline for the component. Interesting. Nathan.
His name?
Yeah. Wow.
Nathan. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Which one is your name?
Nathan Llewellyn.
Well, because was that in the post? Was that in the picture that
I think
I post?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were in the post.
Oh, was that the image?
Yeah.
Yeah. I created from an image.
Oh, I thought that AI created that. I was like, what is happening?
No, I created from an image. Yeah, you posted. It was your post, not yeah, Nathan. You posted on link because I saved that post because I liked it so much. Yeah, I saved it.
Awesome.
It makes way more sense.
Yeah,
I
it
was a little freaked out.
It was from the screen.
Yeah, I would have freaked out too. That's so funny. Yeah, it was from an image.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions? I see that some people are typing in the chat.
Oh, actually, sorry. One thing I forgot to mention.
Yes.
This becomes super powerful when you use design system, because you build a component using your design system. Actually, I think it's worth sharing. Let me just share my screen real quick. Okay. So, I show you like how you can create from images, right? So let's say I want to create a work application post with tags and reaction using, and then I'm going to select the, let's do the ramp style, right? So now you can imagine, once you combine that, you start building all your component libraries with your style. And then the other thing you can do in design system is someone you don't know, you can put the custom design rules, right? Those are things like, I want the animation to be always this speed, or I want the contrast ratio to always be this thing, or like, what any sort of like other rules that you can imagine, or like when a models appear, it needs to appear from the bottom instead of just appear, like stuff like that, like stuff that are like really special and particular to you. You can add in your design system, and so now you can imagine when you combine that, it's just like so much more powerful. So you can see when this is going to be done, and I love how fast it's now. I mean, we're literally the best tool for designers to do this kind of stuff now. It's kind of crazy. So it's building, and so once it's built, you can see the design system is gonna pop right away.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, the stream stopped.
I mean, that's of course right when
right when it happened.
Let me do it again. Right when it happened. So funny. Okay. Can you see my screen? Like, look at that.
Yes. Nice,
That's great.
Nice.
That's so nice, right? I mean, that's just crazy. So now you can build your entire library very quickly. Like, if you don't need the navigation, I need this, I need that. Use your design system, and it's super powerful, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a beautiful from Stevie G. Awesome. Anyone else have any particular questions? We have Nicole.
Yeah, Patrick, thank you. Yeah, thank you for showing us this. I also have a question, since you mentioning about other design.
Oh.
When do you plan to?
Charlie?
Can you hear me?
Oh,
I guess if I take 100, it'll be any.
Hold on. Can you try it again, Nicole?
Yeah, hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, now yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks, Pietro. Yeah, since you mentioned about integration to the design system, I'm just curious when gonna have like the integration to Figma and other systems with MagicPath.
Soon. We're basically almost done with the plugin, the Figma plugin. We're just kind of like refining a little bit, but soon. Maybe a couple weeks. I don't want to make promises, but pretty soon.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, looking forward to that because we really rely on MagicPath now to build something.
Oh, that's amazing. For now, my recommendation would be like export your images. They're not going to be perfect when you first try, but you can like, refine them with the manual editing and like all that kind of stuff. And then you can just like kind of like build from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that image.
Thank you.
The image reference looked really nice. Anyone else have any type of comments or questions that they want to ask Pietro?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw I saw you mention the shared CN. I just didn't see how you demonstrated how to use it in libraries.
Oh, you go into libraries. Let me do it again. So when you I'm gonna stream again. So, okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
So when you open libraries, it's gonna be there for you. Make sure that the Shadow CM library is turned on. So the eye should be on basically. Then when you create a new file, you go into Shadow CM, right? And then you just start dragging stuff. Like this is the alert dialog, right? Button with icon, component. This is so it's very quickly. You basically have all the basic Shadow CN component, and so then you can do the same thing I just showed you, which is build this to that, which is really cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Thanks. And for now, it's just shared CN only.
Well, we made 3 libraries for you. So you're gonna have there's a marketing library, which is like to build landing page and marketing materials. So you have things like footers, forms, meet the team, testimonial sections, hero sections, which is really nice and pretty. So you can use that. Or the other one we did was the mobile library. So you have a few kind of like, just like components you can just like use to build mobile apps.
Yeah, and on Wednesday we're going to be doing a live workshop here in Discord with Jacob, who is the founding designer at MagicPath, and we're going to be building our own component library. So if you guys want to join that, it's going to be the same time, but on Wednesday.
Oh, lovely. Right, thank you.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we made it free for everybody. So we're not charging people extra to use library, which I think for me, it's very important because, it's like we want everybody to have access to this. And I want everybody to experience the power of MagicPath. Of course, if you're a pro, you get more components. So it's better to have that. But, I really want to make sure that people get to see the power. Because like, even if you're on a free account now, you make your component, like now you can actually really see how to build with AI. And I think that's like super, super cool.
Amazing. Jordy is saying in the chat, can we expect image generation featured directly in MagicPath instead of downloading photos and uploading it manually?
I think eventually that will probably come. We're working now how can we empower people having images into the app. So it's definitely something that we're thinking about it. For now, we really want to sort of like nail that interface design part. And then soon you're also going to have like image generation, that kind of stuff.
Awesome. So yeah, we have some other people writing in the chat. Let's just wait. We have like 3 other people that are writing different questions. But yeah, anyone else have any questions that they want to speak here in the stream? You can unmute yourself. Don't be shy. But yeah, for all of you guys, these next days we're going to be building a lot with libraries. Okay, so Omega,
yes.
could there be time when we can give a web link to MagicPath and it creates a mock-up of the website?
We're also working on that. So we're also working on some sort of import from links, basically. My thing with MagicPath is like eventually we'll have all of those features, but of course we want to do it right. And it's something that I already started working on it. Just like sort of like copy a website basically. But of course, in MagicPath is very more special because you have it in the canvas, right? So yeah, we're working on that too.
Awesome. All right. Anyone else have any other comments or questions for Pietro here? Maybe it's a noob question, but the way you combine components is simply mention it in a dialogue? Yeah.
Yeah, so you can either start it in a new chat or even edit. So let's say you already have a design that you already built. You can say like, oh, can you use this for the navigation? Or can you add this? Or can you change it? For each message, you can mention up to 4 components. And the reason is because, we want to make sure one, it's like, that's how people think. People don't really think in terms of more than 4 components at a time. Because otherwise it also gets a little confusing. And 2 is just better for the AI too, because it has a better understanding what's working on. So so you can tag the same component multiple times, right? So let's say you have a navigation bar, you can say use at navigation bar and make sure that at navigation bar does it. So you can do that. You can reference the same component as many times as you want, but you can have a max of 4 unique different components per message, not per chat, if that makes sense.
Awesome. So we got, it is often tricky to select and edit components. So how far is this layers feature released in the timeline?
So the layer feature is actually the next thing is going to come out. So we're working on to just enable the layer panel. Basically, that should come up pretty soon. I can't make promises, but we're working on.
Awesome, can't wait. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on that, Rohit. Awesome stuff.
I just want to say I want to hear if you guys are excited, do the clap sound or whatever. I want to feel the excitement because we've been working on this very hard.
Yes.
So it's so yeah, this is this is actually a really hard problem. Our engineers really popped off. And as you can see, it worked so well, right? To have the AI. Basically, the AI now is acting as a designer, which I think that's the really cool thing, right? If you think about it, when I was a designer, let's say I was working at Facebook, we would have all those components. And let's say I was working on something on newsfeed. Well, I would have to drag the post and then maybe unlink it, change it, right? Change the data, change the look, or anything that I needed to be different. Now you as a designer have so much more power because you're most acting as a design manager to the AI, right?
Yeah.
And then literally now your taste and vision can really explode because now you have things that are in your style. And then the MagicPath just acts as a designer. It goes, write the component, puts it together. It's really cool.
Yep, awesome. Yeah, and I'm super excited for what everyone here is going to create with these libraries. We have, again, the workshop on Wednesday. We have the design challenge on Friday. So most of you, are participants of every design challenge. But if you guys don't know, if you guys are new, every Friday we do these design challenges. You just have to send me your email that you use. And I'm going to send you the link actually so you can sign up. MagicPath saves a lot of time on early MVP. Awesome update. Thanks a lot, says Anton. Anton is actually one of the winners of our last hackathon.
I remember.
Yes, so Anton is here.
I remember. It was so good.
So, and actually let me send you guys the link to register for the next design challenge. So what we do is every Friday from around 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, we provide you with 20 free credits to use, and we all use a shared prompt. So for example, we have to design a calculator. Everyone has to design a different type of calculator. That's just a small example, but every Friday we do this. We give you 20 credits, and then whoever wins gets 200 credits to their account. So feel free to sign up. Link is here in the chat. But yeah, since we still have Pietro, anyone else have any questions for him? I know some of you just joined, so feel free to ask.
And then just as a reminder, you're recording this, right, Lucas?
Yep.
So this will also be on YouTube. So for people that missed that, the intro when I explained the components, I'm just gonna post this on YouTube.
Yeah.
So everybody can actually see how things work.
Exactly.
I'm actually gonna go because I have a call. But unless there's any other question, Lucas, he can really, he can totally take my spot. He knows all about library. But I'm gonna go get a call. And thanks so much for having me, Lucas.
Yeah,
and
thank you so
I'm
much.
very excited to see I'm very excited to see what you guys build with this.
Yeah, me too, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you all enjoyed the little intro, the little guide that Pietro gave us. I'm gonna stop the recording here.